Good morning, Stonks Anonymous. Good morning, Philip. Morning, Jill, Dragon Wolf, OT Christo, Ratesh, Gerald, Endless, Jasmine. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, your wife's boyfriend. Can you all hear me? Good morning, Bakey. Good morning, Joe, Constantinos, Matthew, Kirk. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, Angie. Good morning, JJ. Morning, Brad. You guys can hear me. Good morning, Joey, AI, Desperado. Everybody's here, huh? Case. Look at this. Everybody's showing up to the morning stream. Everybody wants to know what's going on this morning. Who knew slowing home prices were a negative catalyst for the morning? Yeah, so Ben, good point. So even prior to today, we knew that there was declining home prices. When we had the new home starts, that number came in bad. It showed a decline in price due to a slowdown in new home starts. So I don't know that this news is it coming off as negative this morning? Can you talk about that some more in text, whoever brought that up? Because it'll be used as a negative catalyst, though we already knew about this earlier this past week. So Benjamin, can you say if they're making this negative or positive news, as it can be used on both sides? Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Look It's Kirby. Good morning, Denny. Good morning, Mr. Bragg. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Zio, Rick, Hit Mikey. Okay, so I only have a few minutes to talk to you guys about this before we start the day. I need you to understand what's going on from this point forward, okay? I want you to understand that yesterday we did not know when we knew we were going to hit 4780, but we don't know when, right? Is it going to happen in the overnight? Sometimes in those liquid markets, we will have a short operation, try to run a sell job on our price target, right? If there's not a lot of room. We're seeing that somewhat happen right now into the open. It didn't take place in the overnight, but it is taking place this morning where we are right now. Now we are trailing back to where the closing price was for the opening bell coming up here. And we are seeing some sellers come in at the bell. If you guys are looking up here, you can see these are sellers above here. But I want you to realize that I have to press upon you guys that we are targeted to hit 4780, and we're being placed here to make that look above right at the bell, okay? So we're going to pin to this number, maybe slightly lower, bounce around until we break through and absorb sellers. If it becomes a trick where we're selling down at the bell, we will know by watching Bookmap, and you want to be looking for that supply of sellers at the bell, and you want to see the buyers not showing up. If you see the buyers are not showing up, if you see this river of buy on the buy side disappear, you'll want to look to see where they do reappear. How far down do they want to buy the dip today? Now I'm adding in the HIRO indicator this morning, and I want you to understand what you should be looking for in the HIRO indicator. Down here at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see this purple line. It won't react until we're in the actual cash market, but once it reacts, it is separate from the order flow in your top right-hand side here. What you're going to be looking for before it happens is a steep drop-off in the HIRO indicator. That would indicate that we are not only just going down slightly, but we're going to go down heavy in the future. If you see a steep incline in the HIRO indicator before we move up or make any major moves, let's say we're grinding away at that wall at 4780, yet the HIRO indicator starts to go up, it'll show that the order flow is coming in for options saying we're going higher. If you start to see that we're grinding at this wall above us, and you start to see massive put flow before we sell down, before the dealers start to buy or sell, right? So if we get lots of calls, they're going to buy equities, and that'll produce itself later on in the market. So you'll see, I guess what I'm trying to say to you is, if you see the stock price going down and the HIRO indicator going down at the same time, it doesn't really work as an indicator. It only works as an indicator if you see the price, say, staying kind of flattish, yet the HIRO indicator goes flying way up, or if you see it staying flattish, the stock price, and you see the HIRO indicator go far down before there's movement. So be conscious of that. It doesn't work when it follows the stock price. It really works better when we see massive inflows of puts or calls. You guys understanding all this out here as we come into the open? We check and see. So I just want to make sure you guys understand the HIRO indicator as we trade it. It may or may, sometimes it works by showing you what you need to see, and sometimes it doesn't. So do not rely upon it unless you see the stock price at, let's say you see the stock price today at 4780, and you see that HIRO indicator going up, but the price hasn't moved yet. That is when you're looking, that's what you're looking for to go long to that 4825. I'm pretty clear. Spot Gamma has that same number tagged. 4825 is what they're looking for. We are pinned in a call wall right now at 4780. So we are looking for hedges to come off on the put side. We're looking for call hedging and called or dated calls that are short or long dated to come into the market at the open today. You can see there is some sell side activity above here right now, right at 4780, and you'll also see it. You see this sell side above here? This is kind of important to be seeing, okay? There are sellers showing up today, unlike yesterday. There is some resistance, but there are some dip buyers down below here. I want you to see that there's also buy side at this 477 number and lower into 476. So there are buyers lining up. You know that sometimes these buyers and sellers can disappear after the bell. I want you to be paying attention at this white line right here, this vertical white line. I want you to be paying attention because you will see the buyers or sellers disappear before it hits the tape over here. Okay, so all things to be paying attention to. Yeah, I'll bring up the Tesla feed for you. You're not going to notice much in the pre-market. It doesn't matter. The cash market itself really matters the most. But we'll bring it up here for you for a moment so you can see what's going on. It really does matter what takes place at the bell. The bell is critical. The pre-market does matter, but it doesn't matter as much. Now, the other thing I want you to consider is before we know where supports are this morning, I want you guys out there to understand that the gap close last night was 477.44. If we tag that at the open, that leaves behind no gap. We know that the next support below that is 475.69. I gotta turn this off here. $474.48, and then below that we've got 472.09, 470.48, and then 468.63. You guys should have gotten all these numbers in last night's video. You can see that we're not the call. If you had calls yesterday, you probably got some theta burn going on today. If you just had single calls, Tesla's not looking too bad this morning. You have a steady supply of sellers above at 1115, excuse me, and you've got some buyers down below at 1100. The one concern is that these buyers are less than the sellers above, of course, okay? So you do have more sellers above than you do below at this point this morning. We only got 6 minutes left here. Let's see, is that yeah, so you've got the HIRO feed. We bring the HIRO feed up on Tesla as well. See, I gotta load it into every ticker, I think. It's weird. I think I have to add the HIRO feed to each ticker. I thought I could add it from futures over to the DX feed, but I think I got to do it on every single ticker. So I will look into this later today to get you guys the HIRO feed on Tesla. Right now, it's just on the SPY feed for me. Let me bring this a little bit closer here so I can see what's going on. And so this is kind of weird, right? I've got puts that I bought at the bell, and you guys bought calls at the bell, or some of you smartly bought before at the 2 o'clock hour. So I think we're all getting kind of screwed this morning at this point. And I have some this morning. I have a commitment to my daughters. What I'm going to wind up doing at some point is putting this leaving the feed up, unplugging the audio, and taken off for an hour or two, and I'll be back. I'll check back in and let you guys know when I'm back live with audio. I'll leave the feed up for you, but I'm getting roped over here this morning. Any glance at AMD? Yeah, I'll pump up AMD for you guys, but these feeds don't mean anything until the bell rings. I guess you guys think they do. This is like watching futures in Europe. If any of you are tuning in today from Canada or any place that it's Boxing Day, happy holidays to you. I don't know why you'd be spending your day with us, but I know that we have followers all over the world. We've got followers in New Zealand. I think it's Boxing Day there. Any guys from... Okay, I'm gonna do this one more time, okay? We've only got 4 minutes till the open. I want you guys to pay attention to this morning, okay? This is important information as the bell opens. You guys need to understand this. Yeah, you've got some sellers above right now on AMD. Now, these numbers will change, but you've got buy side at 155. But you've got some real strong sellers above this morning on AMD. We should check Apple as well before the bell. Just see if there's something going on that we can't see on the surface of the market. Happy holidays, Endless Research. Happy Boxing Day, Patrick. Do you guys throw hands on Boxing Day? That's hilarious. I think it has to do with unboxing gifts, but I could be wrong. But us Americans, we like to throw hands. Actually, the UK, they like throwing hands too. Okay, so we're gonna briefly one more time on the HIRO indicator. The HIRO indicator, what's up here is order flow for equities. Down here, this purplish pink indicator is an indicator for option flow. It doesn't do a good job of showing movements ahead unless what you'll see sometimes, you'll see the options flow not match the equity flow. So you want to see, let's say you want to see us trying to pound into a support or a resistance, and you want to see the HIRO indicator either going way up without movement in the stock price or way down without any movement in the stock price. And what that will indicate is the directional move that's severe in either direction in the following 5 to 15 minutes, but sometimes it's an hour later. Sometimes it's way later in the daytime. But sometimes we can use this indicator where the equity flow doesn't show us exactly what's going to take place, but it can show us down the road what's happening. But if you see the HIRO indicator following the equity flow, it's not really reliable as an indicator. It must make a big move without equities moving in either direction. You guys get all that? I was watching the buy sellers and didn't see you flip to AMD. About to have a heart attack. Can you start over? Oh, shit. Let's check on Apple. So I'll explain this after the bell, the HIRO indicator, once it's up and running for you guys. Yeah, Apple's looking pretty safe, man. You got some great buyers down here at 178. You got some strong buyers down below. Here we go. We're at the open now. We're going to check on the SPY. You can see that the HIRO indicator is not doing much at this exact moment. You can see that you've got strong red above and strong red below. I want you guys to pay attention to that. I got to open up my trading platform here. I'm focusing so much on all of you that I am not looking at my own trades here. And you can see this. You can see here right at 9:30, right? We had a disappearance down here. You've got the buy side down below at 476.20. You can see this nice big spike. The sellers have somewhat disappeared above. I want you guys to see this right off the bell, right? And you can see that the buyers are showing up now. You've got the sellers in here being absorbed by the buy side right away off the bell. And the buy side is at, let's see, 476.44. And you can see that it's limited sellers down here, right? Look on the left-hand side down here. Do you see the 115, 115, and only 98, 371? So you do have buyers in control right now. Currently, you have buyers in control. Remember, this is market wide. This will apply to other tickers. And I am probably going to close my hedges out. So I closed my hedges out. I lost a penny on them, if anyone was wondering. And you can see the buyers are stepping in right now on the SPY. So I lost 1 penny on my hedge for protection overnight. Yeah, we should be rippy, just so you all know. You can see that the buyers are stepping in here. You've seen in the video where the target would be. And we're looking at flow right now next. Right off the bell at 9:30, we've got NVIDIA calls. We have got Apple calls. Apple calls are 1231, 182.5. Wen just got a nice bid, 414.22 for 24C. Look into that. That's a play on ER, I bet. AMD had some puts come in, 1231, 150p, but it was only 58 grand. Yeah, we're going up, just so you guys know. You see this nice, beautiful, strong red bar down here? The sellers have basically disappeared. We'll scroll out a little bit and see if they're hiding above anywhere. Well, they haven't disappeared. They're being absorbed at this moment. And you can see we have way more buyers than we have sellers right here. So we're about to go well, what the indicator is saying is that we're going up. You see this overwhelming buy side right now on the SPY? You guys can all see this, I hope. You can see it, the smart money's down here at 476.21. See this HIRO indicator, and I'm not sure why the HIRO indicator is not kicking out anything right now, but I'll tell you one thing. On Flow Algo, nothing is popping up. We have minimum call structure coming in. I did see one call come in, or one bet come in for NEO. This is a nice one, 318.22 for March 18th, 2022, 45C. All right, I think I'm back up there. Am I back up? Okay, do you guys see that we have less buyers than sellers on Tesla? On AMD, you had overwhelming buyers. See AMD here? You can see we had almost double the buyers as sellers. AMD is blasting up much higher. On the Apple feed, you've got way more sellers on Apple than AMD, or excuse me, way more sellers on Apple than buyers at this point. You can see down below that the smart money, we call this the smart money, they're down here at 165, 160. So be cautious on Apple at this point. See them down here at 160. See how the buy side is lower than the sell side. You can see that Tesla's dropping a little bit. Let's see where big support is. We do have buy side supply down here, right where Apple is right now at 1091. Your next level of support below. Just a second here. Yep, so that's the supply side. We're right on supply side on Apple right now. You want to see if this red bar disappears. If it doesn't disappear, you're seeing more buyers step in at 1080. We are a little light right now in buyers on Tesla. Not too bad, but we are light. We need to be seeing people stepping up here at the 1090 and 1080 level. And this is new buyers here stepping up at 1080 down below here. And you do see the buyers increasing against the ratio of sellers on Tesla. And 476 down below. See these nice big beautiful green bubbles down here? This is all positive. You do see some more sellers coming in right here on Apple. You see it evening out slightly. You see the red above and the red below? You want to see the red above disappear and become yellow and then blue, and then this buy side here continue to increase, become deeper red. And I don't know why the HIRO indicator is not working for me this morning. I'm going to have to figure this out and find out why. It could just be the flow this morning. The flow is very low today, so it might not be being picked up by the HIRO indicator. I'm going to have to look into that. What did I say on AMD? Any way to tell if Elon is selling? No, not so. Elon's selling is so small. It's really odd. The number of shares that Elon sells doesn't impact the market at all. And total shares traded in a day, you'd think that it would, but it really doesn't. Great question. It's used more as a hit piece. And I think that he initially announced it himself so that a short operation probably had the information and didn't want it to be used as ammunition. It has been since, but at the time when he first announced it, I think he was trying to take the wind out of the sails from sellers. So this is just more grinding here. We're at 478.16. Luckily, I got out of my puts without my my put hedge, without a scrape to the knee, per se, right? And we are going higher as expected. So now I'll end up getting more hedging as we move forward. You can see that all the sellers are concentrated right now, right at the money right now. And you can see that, you see this light blue right here? This is showing that the sellers the supply of buyers is weakening. Where we are at 478, my assumption would be that some options players are closing out their calls. And then you've got your supply of buyer. You know that support right now is at 476. So if you're a buyer, you're looking for entry at 476.20. If you're a seller here, it's not looking too good for you. And we've got some resistance above at 480. And you can see down here in the bottom right-hand side, we have more buyers than sellers. That means that sellers are being consumed right now. Nothing about where we are here is bearish at this moment. Yep, and you saw the buyers step in on Tesla at 1090, 1080. We showed that on the map earlier. We'll show it once more. We'll go through them all once more. And you can see that the buyers stepped in down below at 1090. There are other buyers down below. There were buyers at 1080 earlier, and it looks like that the supply has moved up. It went from 1080, the buyers then moved up to 1090. So we'll see if these buyers can battle this first resistance at 1120 this morning. And if you down below though, you can still see that the sell side is stronger. You want to be aware of that. You see that the buy side is weaker than the sell side above. And you should make a nice fat run with no resistance to 1120. You should be clear sailing to 1120 at this point. That's a nice 5-minute play right there, actually. It's a really nice 5-minute play. Take it from 1090 to 1120. And then at the AMD feed, keep your eyes on AMD today. I haven't looked at the flow for a minute, but we've got way more buyers than sellers on AMD. Way, way more. They're burning through these shorts. And the price target on AMD is 160. This is an interesting ticker to be watching this morning. Same thing on Apple. You've got more sellers, more sell side. This is to be expected too. You can't, even if we are going to break through at this level at 478, you have to understand that we're going to trigger some sellers in cash market. You've got people like me that have been in since the bottom. And you saw me get out yesterday. I ended up cashing out of all my calls yesterday and taking profit. On SPY 478.4 sell zone. Yep, Tesla buyers are more than coming in. They came in. So Tesla buyers came in. Show you guys where Tesla. So there's a buyers here at 1090. Earlier in the feed, we touched down at 1090. There were buyers earlier down at 1080. That river of buyers swooped up and joined forces with the 1090 people, and they bought, okay? You still have more sell side above here. You can see it in the bottom right-hand side, and you can see that there's some resistance forming at 1120. So currently for the next 5 minutes, I would expect these 1090 buyers to try to tag this 1120. I bought a bag of 482C 1229, up 44%. Right on, good job. Way to be. About 1105s in Tesla when we tapped 1090. Great job, Joe. Outstanding buy, Joe. You can see that the buyers have disappeared though in Tesla over here. This is important to look at. Now we want to see if they. Oh, look at this. We're about to rip. So, this is SPY. So you can see the buyers have disappeared down here at 476, right? It looks like that they have stepped up directly at 478. So they are grinding now. We should squeeze higher on the SPY. There should be a squeeze coming here shortly. Yep, we should see a squeeze here momentarily. A nice grind up higher this morning on the SPY. Yeah, I'll look up IWM right now for you. Yeah, I like IWM right now. I need to buy some calls in IWM this morning. I want that. I really want the hedges to come off SPY. I was talking to you guys about that. I'm really interested in the hedges coming off the SPY, or not the SPY, off IWM. See if we can get some better. Man, look at that nice 240 up here. So 238's now 240 something. The 238 that was calculated last night is now 243. That's your gamma wall right there. It's even higher. So we should start moving much higher here soon. Yep, you see the buyers overpowering the sellers on IWM? I like IWM right now. It's getting me excited. Okay, peek at Tesla for a sec. Yep. So let's look out a little bit on Tesla here. And we know that the buyers are still at 1090. I think that's a good buy, Joe. I like that buy a lot. And this hasn't disappeared. As long as this doesn't disappear, we should be good up to 1120. You know that your next resistance above, your large resistance above, is at 1150. I gotta find out why this HIRO indicator, I don't know what the F is wrong with it. I don't know if it's low flow in the market or if it's just not running. So right off the bat this morning, as a heads up, you've got money flow into MU, Facebook, Baba, Apple, Roku, Disney, Uber, Amazon, Myrna, Roblox is getting some love. Everybody's talking about all these beaten down tech play trades, right? Which ones? Make sure you pick the right ones that have been beaten down. The most bullish play this morning is Tesla. We've got a January 7th, 1100C at $1.7 million. Then we have a $900,000 1231 1100C banging call structure on Tesla. Tesla's getting a big bid. Apple's got a big bid at $1.3 million. They're the second. I'll post this right now for you on... I'm going to post this for you guys on Twitter. That's some juicy... Roku's got 19 orders for $900,000. Now, Roku's number 3. I'm going to post this one first because of the number of calls that were placed. Makes me wonder if this is directed. I like the Roku trade, believe it or not. I do like Roku. All Roku needs is they're like one deal away from being announced of a merger or buying or selling that could impact this stock. The stay-at-home trade's over on it, but the merger play is not. I'm going to post the Tesla trade and the Apple trade for the rest of you. And I will cycle through to Roku real quick. Let me add Roku to this feed. See what all the hubbub's about on Roku. Why is everybody so hot on Roku? Because they've got more buyers than sellers, for one. You've got sellers disappearing. This is good to see right here. This is excellent to see on Roku right now. What did I post? I think I posted... Apple's got some good calls on it too. It's always big tech, big tech, big tech. Okay. I like the Disney trade. I just had more Tesla come in. I had a call at $300,000 on 1150C expiring on the 31st. Another 760,000 on February 18th. 1500C. Woo! Tesla's gonna rip. Tesla's gonna straight rip for that, like that coming out. Tesla is gonna rip. Hands down. Tesla's gonna rip. Now, ready for this? I got February 18th, 1500C for Tesla, 800,000. 1231, 1150C, 762,000. 1231, 1150C for 313,000. All Tesla. All Tesla trades. All playing earnings. Well, not all, but expanding for an earnings trade. Trying to figure out why my HIRO settings, configuration add-ons, HIRO indicator. Is it because of my maybe because I didn't put my password in? I wonder if it's because I gotta put my password in here. I think that might be the case. If that's the case, I can't do it with you guys here. So I'm gonna have to look into it when I'm off live stream. Yep, price target for today on the SPY, 480. Just so you guys know. And that means that Tesla goes up, it means Apple goes up, it means Amazon goes up, it means AMD goes up. That's all you guys really need to know. If you guys, let's say you guys are pair trading. I know that you guys, you Tesla bulls out there get fearful because Tesla can drop and SPY will continue to go up. But Tesla has become more in line recently with SPY. You've seen less and less of parity, or you've seen more parity in Tesla with the market, generally speaking. So if you want to know the health of Tesla, I would be looking at a second screener of the SPY up in conjunction with the VIX, of course. That's when I trade Tesla, that's what I typically do. So I'll be watching all of them as long as the SPY is going up. If you're looking for a price target of 480 on the SPY, it's fair wins for Tesla. Yep, just grinding on Tesla right now. Have a 160 price target on AMD. Just grinding away at Apple. This is all to be expected today. Remember we talked about I think I talked to you guys about a market pin inside of the video this morning, and that you would expect a market pin. So I'm gonna come off stream right now. Not right now, but in a few minutes. I just want to talk to you guys just a little bit, okay? I want to discuss something with you guys. So SPY is breaking through right now. And you've got clear skies to 480, just so you all know. Mark yourselves a little line above on the SPY. You guys know that the buyers are consuming the sellers down here overwhelmingly by 20%. And the price target is 480. If you see this red line swoop down, you'll see us not hit 480, but as of right now, we've got clear skies to 480. There's no reason you shouldn't be taking this trade to 480 right now. No reason at all. Absolutely not. It's a great setup. You'd have to see a steep drop off on buyers here. You'd have to see a supply swooping down at this point. Everybody knows this trade is on right now in SPY. Day traders know this trade is on right now. And as we make our way up here to 480, I want you guys to understand that. So when I talk about a market pin, right, we're gonna come up to 478. We're gonna look above and we're gonna look below. If we don't find sellers, right, a supply of sellers, which we don't have right here, then we're gonna make our way up. And when we come to this next resistance at 480, we'll look for that same thing. You'll look for this red line to get a deeper red, a larger, thicker band, and then you're going to look for the buyers to disappear. You'd see this kind of lopside at some point to the sell side. So this is very bullish right now. I'm bullish until 480. I'll give you an exact pin, exact number to be watching for. If you guys are going to cut your calls loose, cut them loose at 479.95. 479.95. Take a look at the VIX real quick. The VIX is on the move. Sneaky VIX. Excuse me. You don't want to see this here. This is weakness. You don't want to be seeing this here. Just more buyers stepping in though. This is good. You don't like to see that. You don't like to see this lapse. How many sellers was that? 2,900, 3,500. Yeah, this is all fake out. We're going straight up. Straight up. This is going to be relentless. I'm so happy I sold those puts. I'd be down a lot right now. Some call flow coming in on Ford, BA, FCell, Mara, SPY. SPY 480 calls for 1229. Everybody's just slamming that buy button. There is some there's some light QQQ puts coming in. 1231, 401. I'm not bearish at all on the Qs. I like that. I like that Roku play. Yeah, I would not be bearish here on the SPY at all. If any of you guys are bearish right now on the SPY, you are on the wrong side of that bet right now. I can promise you, you're in the wrong side of that bet. Wrong side of that bet if you're going short right now. Guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed. I'll give it like an 80% probability that the SPY right now trades up to 480. Unless something else changes that we don't see. Unless there's some kind of sneaky Pete's or something going on out there. No. There's no rejection. I don't know. You guys aren't really looking at what's going on here. You've got the real flow going on. We got the real order flow going on. Real order flow is different. You do see a little bit of this here maybe. Maybe Chase is talking about this yellow here. But you also have to look down here. You see this 572 to 448? This does not imply any weakness. So be conscious of that. You still have buyers consuming sellers here. I have a feeling that some of you haven't traded Christmas or holiday rallies. You want to be using the CVD buyers and CVD sellers as well as looking above here. Show me that 480. Show me that 479.81 pin slap. Slap it for me. We got here 921, 600, 200, 600, 1,000, 1,087. Yeah, we know how the story ends. Right now, we know how the story ends. The story ends up, 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 up. Story ends at 479.98. You guys want to see if we go up from there too? Because we can check. Wait a minute. Hit the wrong button here. You guys want to see if we crush through 480, what happens? Hold on. Can't get it tight enough. Yeah, so it's definitely at this 480 number. 479. $479 is where you want to be tagging out. Any weakness that's showing itself right now is just consuming sellers. It's interesting because when you're looking at this right now, and then you're looking at the chart, like if you're looking at a candlestick chart right now, I'd be like, oh man, I gotta sell right now, take my profits and run. That's what a candlestick chart would be showing me right now. Take the money and run. Oh yeah, no chasing shorts, Chase. Oh yeah, baby. IWM is set to squeeze. Definitely set to squeeze. Price target on Roku is 250. Apple's just grinding sellers. Grind, grind, grind. First major resistance, 190. If you guys ever broke 200, you know it would go stupid high. You guys want to look at Snap, you said? You guys are trying to squeeze Snap? Oh, yes, you are. You monsters. You animals are trying to squeeze Snap this morning. You guys are savages right now. Straight savages. So this is kind of neat. You've got more buyers than sellers on Snap. You're right in the thick of things. You've got some massive buy orders coming in. Snap's ready to squeeze. These are all trades that have to do with hedges coming off. I mean, you could squeeze Snap to $60. Your first resistance is at 55. Your next one's at 60. If you burn through these sellers right here, you've got more sellers or more buyers than sellers. It's a really nice trade, by the way. Whoever's in snap long, great trade. Outstanding trade. Viacom's green today. Look at these sellers disappearing. Now you've got green skies on snap all the way to 60 bucks. That's a fat print right there. That is a fat print if you get up there. What is that? Is that 20% or something stupid? It's not 20%, but it's like 15, 18% or something like that. That's a giant day. If Snap went to 60 bucks today, it could make your whole year. Roku 250. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of squeezing going on around here, isn't there? Whole bunch of squeezing going on. Tesla's got this nice support down here. Is that nice support? See how there was no support here before? And then liquidity, right? Buyers stepped right in to grab the bottom. As long as this doesn't disappear on Tesla, should be fine. You do have the one problem of more sellers. Even if you're lower on buyers, you just want to see it increasing. Your next supports below are at the classic supports, 1070, 1050. Great supply at 1050, of course. We've got great supply at 1070, and your biggest supply right now is right where we are at 1080. 1082's got great supply on it. So this is your major support for Tesla. You guys, I'm going to go back and look at the SPY feed. Yeah, no concerns on SPY. Don't even blink on SPY. $480 is the price target. You'd have to see something major change. If you guys want to, if the buyers disappear on SPY, they're all right there. This is just Christmas melt up. Just grinding. When you guys know from the past when you see this that as long as some unknown news doesn't come in to the market, so if we ricochet off of a resistance, we know it, right? All of our trading every day, we see it. We see when we bounce off resistance. We know that the buyers disappeared, the sellers showed up. We've hit hard resistance. When we hit a known resistance, which we know 4780 is known resistance, and we don't bounce, that the buyers are actually showing up, it implies that we're going to the next level. Right now, we know the next level is 479. You can check it right here. 479.96. Bought this buy dip hard. Yeah, we're fine. Some of you might not have tuned in when we see bad days. We need to have a down day so some of you have seen what a down day looks like. So you see what rejection looks like on heat map or on book map. You guys need to see what real rejection looks like so you can identify it to take a short position. Because this is not what it looks like right now. And I do agree that above on some individual tickers, there is some resistance. You've also got some TLT puts coming in right now, which implies that tech is going up. I can see TLT December 31st, 148 Ps. That's an implication that tech goes up from here. Netflix just got So Netflix just took in a $1.8 million 12/28 620C. A fat hedge, fat call hedge. So we'll look up Netflix next. See what the impact of that. Well, it's always great to see these hedges that are calls because it expands the call wall higher on these tickers. Oh, wait a minute. A critical error has occurred. Maybe I should turn some of these feeds off here. And that strike is for 620. I've got Bookmap crashing here. I'm gonna have to turn it off and start it back up. Yeah, I'm getting an error over here.